Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are down here in the dungeon getting after it, breaking down the Class 8A quarterfinal round for you right here. And again, really from here on out, as far as I'm concerned, it's keys of the game, things you should maybe look for in these quarterfinal, semifinal, state final matchups. So we'll bring you this video every week. I'll throw some over on the free side once it's run its course over on the pay side. So enjoy. So, all right, by the way, world headquarters here at EDGYTIM.com. Dig it. So, all right, let's start in 8A. New Trier at Stevenson. Again, Stevenson, a heck of a test from Loyola, but again, played very well in that ball game. I see sort of the same going on here. New Trier, a great run from Brian Dahl, and again, never count that guy out. I mean, he did a great job at Elk Grove and really picked things up, really kind of getting a late start at New Trier. But again, look for the Trevians this year and many years beyond with a guy like Brian Dahl there to do good things. If you're New Trier, you got to play your ball game. You want to run the ball, control the clock, take the air out of the ball, keep the football away from Stevenson's offense as much as possible. Priority number one if you're the Trevs. Stevenson, again, you want a quick strike. You want to be able to get into a shootout with New Trier, make them have to run to catch up. Never an easy thing to do. In this ballgame, I like Stevenson. I think Stevenson has a pretty solid path to get to the semifinal. We'll talk about the next game right now, of course, Barrington. Who loves you, Barrington? Okay. I deserve the criticism. I haven't picked the Broncos, and you know what? I'm not going to pick them again this week, but I'm sure I'll hear about it on Twitter. But anyway, let me explain my logic here a little bit. Barrington, watched a couple of games on tape again this week. Very impressed defensively with what the Broncos have done this year. I knew about the offense, knew about some of the big-time playmakers, Scotty Miller. Also Barrington showed a very solid running game as well. Impressed with the Broncos offensively. Defensively, very good D-line. Big physical line as well as the offensive line. Very good size, very physical. Now, what the challenge this week for the Broncos is going to be is playing a Glenbard West team that is fast, that is physical, and playing on their home field, which, believe me, if you've never played at Dushan Field, it's an experience. I guess that's the best way I can phrase it. So, again, if you're Barrington in this ballgame, the longer you can withstand the blitzkrieg, we'll call it, the barrage from the hitters, the longer you can hang in there and keep it a close game, the more and more I like Barrington in this ballgame. To me, the first 3-4 series are going to be absolutely key in this ballgame. If Barrington can hang in there or even catch an early lead, I think game on, and I have no doubts that Barrington can make this a great ballgame. Glenbard West, on the other hand, running the ball very well. Sam Brodner just really has taken off since midseason, and again, now you've got Sam back. You also have Donovan Vaughn waiting there as well. Very good running game from the hitters. But again, don't count out Kyle Kramer in the passing game. Very effective play-action passing game. My biggest concern for the hitters and what's been the biggest concern all year is limiting the penalties, limiting the unnecessary stuff, just playing clean football, avoiding those big penalties. If West can do that, I think they have a great chance to win this ballgame. Now, Simeon at Naperville Central. Look, I wasn't shocked that Simeon beat Hinsdale Central. I was shocked at the score, but wasn't shocked. I've been trying to preach for a while now that this is a very good Simeon team, and they've proven it all the way along. Now they really get tested playing at Naperville Central. So if you are the Wolverines, big play, quick strike, and really the same thought with Glenbard West I have for Simeon. Got to play clean. You're on the road. You've got to avoid. When I mean playing clean, avoid the turnovers, avoid the big penalties, the drive-killing penalties absolutely will kill you in a playoff game. If Simeon can do that, we know how explosive they are. Look, I watched Deion Earls Jr. return a punt for a touchdown against Hinsdale Central. I mean, it was sick. I mean, in the best possible way. Got to be able to break those big plays. Now, if you're Naperville Central on the flip side, got to tackle. First guy on the scene has to make the tackle. You have to wrap. Your defense has to play as well as they have all year. Offensively, control the ball. Honestly, if I'm Central, I try to run right at Simeon and see how they handle it. I think that's got to be the game plan going in. I think Central, if they can execute that, and as well, Central has to be able to finish drives with their offense, which they have struggled at times. But so far in the postseason, the offense looks like it's coming around for Naperville Central. Finally, Bolingbrook at HF again. I expect another close game. I expect a semi-high scoring game in this one. Bolingbrook showed some flashes of what I think could be some better things to come starting this week against HF. Quincy Woods had a huge game against Oswego. He's got to be a big factor again this week. HF, you know, younger kids, younger offensive skills kids, but hey, I don't worry about that. The Harley Hampton twins are legit. So is Bryce Gray. If you're HF, again, your defense has to come to play. You're giving up, I'm sure Coach Buzz will agree, you're not giving up as many points, but you're still giving up too many points. So, again, if you have to, you know, you have to play really one of your best defensive games of the year to be able to pull this off. And then finally, Bolingbrook, I think a key. Offensively, you've got to score. You've got to be able to move the ball against the Vikings. Again, play clean game. Avoid those drive-killing penalties, turnovers, which, again, Bolingbrook had, I think, over 100, 120 yards in penalties and still beat Oswego. Got to avoid that against HF. Again, a terrific one-score kind of ball game. We'll see what happens from there. And that's it for Class 8A. I guess someone keeps trying to call me, and I'm not picking up because I'm talking to you. See you, everybody.